All right, cool.
We back with an episode of the Headspot Podcast, man. I got a crew with me. I got Jaden, Jay Tough, and Luis. Hey, we got a lot. We got a lot to talk about. We got trades. We got young players wanting out of their teams. We got favorite teams getting eliminated and shit. But how y'all feeling?
I feel great, man. I feel great.
I'm feeling great.
It's a great
I've
day.
been out in the sun this whole week, man. I've been sun gazing, something like that. I'm tan. I'm dark as hell.
Gazer Tough?
Gazing mode?
Something like that. I'm just happy, man.
Heard you. But what y'all want to talk about first, though? Y'all want to get? I want to skim over. Y'all want to skim over the trades and stuff real quick, or y'all want to get right into the game?
The Kemba
Yeah,
trade?
let's go over the
That's
Kemba
the
trade
only
real quick.
That's the only trade.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So for those of you that don't know, Kemba went to OKC for what was it? Al Horford, 16th
For
pick.
Moses Brown and
Yep.
the pick.
Kemba,
Yeah.
the 16th pick for Moses Brown and Al Horford. Good
Yeah.
pick.
Before we get into that, I just want to say, to me, I feel like the most important part of that trade was Moses Brown, because I remember they were playing the Bulls, and he had like a 20-20 game, and after that game, he went on like a huge streak of like double doubles, and he was like they gave him a real contract because I think he was on like a 2-way joint, and he was like really good for them. So now the Celtics have Time Lord and Moses Brown, who's a real center. You know, he's not like 6'9" Williams is. So I think that's gonna be big for them.
I was gonna say this is a big win for Boston. Unfortunately, the Kemba Walker thing looked good season one. He's all-star starter last year, right? He gets hurt. This doesn't work. Get a good center in Al Horford. It's definitely going to stabilize their front court for now. And I assume this is either going to lead to them pursuing another guard in free agency, whether it be Lonzo or whoever else, or the more likely option, which is that they're going to start Marcus Smart at center going into next year.
Marcus Smart at center?
Or excuse me, at point guard. Sorry.
Okay.
I was looking at the trade
Say,
paper and I
damn.
saw center and I was like,
Small
at
ball.
point guard.
He's trolling that whole.
My fault. Yeah, at point guard.
Yeah, my thoughts on it is you gotta finish the move though, because as good as Marcus Smart is, like it's either something has to give. It's either you get a good guard, right, who's a good playmaker and all that, like Lonzo, or you ask Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown to become really good playmakers. So
Jason Tatum already is.
Yeah, that's
like,
he's a
good playmaker. And the thing is
but-
like the idea that Marcus Smart can't play full-time point guard. He spent the majority of this season playing point guard because Kemba was out.
I think like
can do
if you guys Jason Tatum to get his playmaking like PG level, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
because he's already gonna have the ball in his hands. So if he takes that next jump, then you don't really need to worry about having a guard. Which is
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think these guys, Jalen and Marcus, Jalen and Jason don't need a ball dominant point guard. So like the idea of like a Kyrie or a Kemba, saying a guy in that type of mold playing with him, I don't think they're going to, even if they do go after a point guard the offseason, I don't think that's the type of point guard they're going to go after, which is why Lonzo would be the ideal guy. But then you start running into money issues, especially because they're going to have to pay Smart the next offseason.
Yep.
They are going to resign Smart though.
Without a doubt, yeah.
I think so. I remember at the trade
Definitely.
deadline they were shopping for him, or they were seeing what they could get for him. So I was wondering what y'all was thinking about that.
Yeah, I don't see the reason why they wouldn't bring him back, especially someone who's been there for that long and has such good chemistry with Jalen and Jason.
Yeah.
He's the captain there. I would like Mike Conley on a 1-year deal for them. Or you have no money
I don't.
attached. You don't have money attached for multiple years. You just got 1 year. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. Then you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are y'all thinking this trade is a win-win for both sides, or
Yes.
any clear cut? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, Boston
You
got the
gotta-
center and OKC got a pick.
Also
16th
on
pick,
the
and I'm sure
Thunder
they'll take
side,
him
they
into
gotta
something.
they gotta finish like they're making all these trades for picks, but I better not see them draft Alexei Bajinka or some shit like that. They gotta draft.
They about to draft
Who?
Franz Wagner with that pick.
Bro,
With the
I'm
5th
telling you.
overall pick, bro.
Hey, I better not see no foreign European garbage can on their team next year.
I was gonna say
They
like
gotta
there's
draft
no way.
well.
There's no way they don't take Evan Mobley now, right? Like what other? Unless they fuck up and take that
Well,
Wagner.
it depends on the lottery, though.
It all depends on the lottery, which will be in 4 days now.
Yeah.
You gotta get a top 2 pick
We'll
for
see
Mobley.
what they.
I'll see it.
Also, I think they have a chance at getting Houston's pick if it falls out of the top 5. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. So we'll see in a couple of days.
Oh
What
no,
team
I
is
thought if Houston if it stops falls out of the top 4, so if they get the
The fifth pick, it'll go to them. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So it's top 4 protect. That makes sense.
And then that did y'all see that tweet where it was like
36 first
OKC's
rounders?
pick? It's like OKC's pick transferred from via Miami, computer hacked from Boston, but you know what I'm saying? Like they got all these fucking picks. I'm like, what the fuck? Where are these getting these picks from, bro?
So right now
Adam
it's
trades.
18 first round picks and 18 second round picks over the next 7 years.
That's crazy.
Damn.
There you go.
It'd be
That's
funny
like
as hell.
half the
And
league.
if
That's
they
half
draft
the
some
league.
garbage cans, I'm gonna be highly upset. They wasted everybody damn time. I have
No,
to see
all
again.
them picks are not going to be hits,
Yeah,
but
half of those
there's
picks
going
are
to
just
be at
gonna be
least 5, man.
bench
Well,
numbers.
I assume the majority of these, realistically, unfortunately, most of these guys are going to be either at role player level or below. And most of these picks are not going to actually be taken by the Thunder. We assume that they're going to be a part of some type of trade soon.
Yeah, it is
Pat.
crazy.
What's the Thunder GM name? What's his name?
Preston?
And Presti.
Yeah. If I have to see if he draft garbage cans right, I'm gonna be highly upset because I have to see them damn tweets where it's like, oh, Sam Presti's the genius of geniuses. Like, bruh, get this shit out of my face. Like, I'm so tired of seeing that shit. Cause yeah, he got
Playing that
18
2K my
first
league,
round
bruh.
picks. Like, hey, bruh,
You know,
get that shit out of my face.
and I had said it as a joke, but it was like that tweet where it was like it showed all of the players that the Thunder have had since 2008 of all of these guys, and the majority of these guys are either stars or starting elsewhere, right, on other teams. And with all of that, and then now that they have 36 picks over the next 7 years, it's like, look at all of these assets that he's accrued, even just in the past. And all they have to show for it is one finals appearance.
Shit's sad.
And currently they have, and the guys, they had Harden and KD, both who are top 10 players at worst. And all they got was one finals appearance out of it.
Yeah,
Just one
Paul
dude,
George and Russ running around doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Tired of OKC. I need that franchise to just die already, cause they always remain relevant for no real reason. They not good enough to be relevant.
Yeah.
Y'all ready to move on to the next thing?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to say, I know before we get into all the games and whatnot, I know we all seen the reports with Luka and Zion. You know, they were frustrated or whatever. I think the Luka one is interesting because it's not like Zion hasn't been to the playoffs in either of his years, but Luka, like, you know, they put like his team isn't the greatest, obviously, like they got role players and whatnot, but they put solid enough talent around him to almost get to the second round. Like they were up 2-0. Like him being frustrated was kind of like confusing because like obviously they two different people.
The only reason they were close to
Luka,
the second round was because of Luka, though, for being honest.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but like
I think
Like the team is really not good at all. It's really
but
not.
you
Like
still got
they haven't gotten
you
him.
still have players though.
Nah.
I think what's gonna happen is
okay, Porzingis is garbage. Okay, Porzingis is garbage.
Yeah, that's like the main thing. When your front office puts a lot of your salary cap towards Porzingis, I would be mad too. Like, it don't matter who else. The fact that they have Porzingis for $30 million.
The next thing is, it's like Luka don't give anybody else a chance to be great. Like he got the ball 900% of the time.
That's the system, though.
Do
That's
you
the
want
system.
anyone else on that team to have the ball? Seriously,
he got guys like Jalen Brunson and like I understand Josh Richardson. Not that he wasn't that crazy this series, but like those people should have the ball sometimes.
So, I ask you this: you saw how close this series was, right?
Yeah.
You saw how close the series was when it got down to it. Do you think giving Josh Richardson 4 extra possessions is going to get them any closer in this game?
What I'm saying is,
Josh Richardson was bad this season.
Luka had the ball the whole damn time, the first 3 quarters. Like he didn't have a break at any point in that time, right? So if you give one of those or like a few of those possessions to Jalen Brunson to have the ball in like the second, third, or first quarter, or not the first, but second and third quarter, Luka can operate in the fourth. Luka shot terribly throughout that whole fourth quarter. He didn't perform well in the second half for the most part.
If you give up those 4 possessions, you could be down by way more going into the fourth.
And how I would put into it is
That's just something you gotta.
we can all agree that Luka having this high of a usage rate is not conducive to winning basketball, right? However, giving the ball to fucking Jalen Brunson and Josh Richardson to isolate is even worse. I want the
I'm
ball
not
in my
saying
best
to
player.
isolate. I'm just saying to run the offense because
It's
You
not going to
think
be ran.
Josh
It is
Richardson
not
can
gonna
run
be
the
ran good.
offense?
I don't know because I didn't get to see it. That man
hasn't
You
didn't
didn't
have
get
the
to see
ball.
it
He
because he
struggled
can't
this
run the
entire
offense.
season.
He
He
can't
struggled
run the
this whole
offense. That's
year.
why you didn't get to see it.
How do we know we can run the offense? How you know that?
Because he did it
Josh
throughout the
Richardson
season.
hasn't had a good year since that last year in Miami.
Literally,
But
just
I'm
watch
not just
regular
saying. I'm
season
not just
games.
saying
Watch
Josh
regular
Richardson. I'm
season
talking
games.
about
So you can see they can't
Jalen.
run the offense.
Jalen Brunson also came off the bench. Like he's like their other main ball handler or whatever. And like he, I don't even know if he played in the fourth quarters.
We're asking role players to step up and do star level stuff. The issue is that
Okay,
Kristaps
no,
isn't
wait.
good.
Jalen Brunson,
okay.
that's not asking a lot. You asking a point guard to
These
run
are
the
4
offense.
possessions
That's not
that could
crazy.
easily be a sling.
I'm going, no.
You would
I
be
was gonna
down
say,
way more.
We both
okay,
watched the same series.
bro. I was gonna say this may fall a little more on Rick Carlisle, but I know he's not that good, right? He's really garbage, but you gotta at least try to give Porzingis some post ups, right? Nigga, it's 7-3, and he's like,
They gotta
But
enforce that.
Porzingis don't want to post up.
Look,
He doesn't want to
I
post
know-
up,
no,
but they
I'm
have to
saying-
enforce that though.
I'm saying I know it's a mentality thing, but I'm saying like Rick Carlisle, if I'm Rick Carlisle, I'm telling him, hey, you big as hell, get your ass a block.
And then he'll just take some
He-
post
like-
fades that are gonna break off. There's no point in that.
I'm
There's no
telling
point
Bro,
in
you,
that man posted
No,
up
yeah,
against
you know
Reggie
what,
Jackson and shot a brick off the side of the backboard.
No,
Like, what
bro,
are we talking about?
He will
I
get the
think
ball
there's
down low and he's gonna
an
run that
entire
shit to the
compilation of
3-point line.
Kristaps posting up on small guys and taking fadeaways.
No, I'm saying and put something in, put a chip in his brain like the coon chip, bro, and put something in his head to make him take a post up, bro. I'm telling you, at least give him a try, bro. Because
It won't work
swear
though.
to God,
'Cause he's a
I swear to
bitch.
God, on my,
It's simple
I
as that.
swear to God,
He
hold
can't
on,
do it,
Jay.
bro.
I swear to God, on my mother, I don't even know if she's in the crib right now, but I haven't seen him take a post up since 2K17 first dropped. Like at least give him
You are insane.
give him a post up one time, bro. We don't even know if that whole go in or not because I haven't seen it, bro. That's all I'm saying.
The
And I know
But
problem
the
that-
is
reason,
that
That's more of a coaching
he
thing,
his
though, more than
mentality that he doesn't want to do that, bro. He doesn't want to go and be aggressive to the paint, even though
No, but
he
I'm
is
saying-
7'3".
I'm gonna keep on.
That
Keep on, keep on.
he's scared to do it. He's scared to go in the paint.
Okay, wait. It's the
Is it-
same thing with Laurie Marketing though. Laurie Marketing, his first year was dunking on this. I'm telling you, he was out there putting bodies on people, right? In his
you're
second
talking
year,
about Laurie Marketing.
no, hold on, shut up. Second year, his second year, Jim Boylan came in and told that nigga, "Hey, sit your ass in the corner and shoot threes, motherfucker." Yo, right. He told him go sit in the corner, bruh. So then, it's the same thing with Porzingis. Like Porzingis, when he was in New York, when he was an all-star before he tore his ACL or whatever he did, bruh, he was dunking the out of niggas. He was like on the post, you know what I'm saying, trying to dunk on people. And then he tore his ACL or whatever he did, and now he don't
I
wanna
think
take
that's
the post
different
anymore.
though.
I was gonna say I think one
that's
thing is
different.
I think
It's a
one
coaching
thing with
decision, and
Kristaps.
one's an injury scare.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Kristaps is. I could be wrong, and I'm not sure if he's actually said anything about it. But some of these guys are just scared to get injured again.
Yeah,
I think it's just as simple as
Man.
that.
that's why we
Get
should
him
all
Paul George.
applaud.
Get him Paul George's
all-
health coach, mental health coach, bro. Tell that nigga to go dunk again.
Right. No, do not get
Same
Paul
mental health
George
coach.
mental
The
health
same
coach,
mental
bro.
health
That
coach
man-
that's doing that needs to be working
That
on
man
with
was
Ben
talking about he
Simmons.
was
That nigga
depressed
is
last
insane,
year.
bro.
Man, do
No,
not,
not-
do
Hey, he
not
pulled-
get him
he
his
pulled
mental
through.
health coach.
Get him Paul George's.
He can have a conversation with Paul George about it, but I don't think the mental health coach gonna help.
But I don't think the mental health coach.
Seriously
Damn, I
though,
Man.
I really wouldn't be surprised.
Them mental health coaches don't be doing nothing, bro.
Some
Look
of
at
these
Ben
guys probably
Simmons.
really
That
do
man
need
hasn't shot a
support.
shot at all.
Yeah, they definitely do. They need people to talk to, man. They be getting
All right.
slandered nonstop everywhere they go. Like,
Stop searching my name like on Twitter.
Ooh.
Anyways, did anything else happen around the league that I'm missing? I know we already talked about the trade.
We did.
Oh,
Congratulations to LaMelo for winning Rookie of the Year.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
shout
my
out
man.
Oh yeah, congrats,
I'm
Melo.
Melo.
And then do you guys want to go over the All NBA teams real quick?
Oh,
Yeah.
That's, okay, yeah, that's crazy. I completely forgot about that.
Trash at all NBA.
Somebody got the
That's
list
right.
up.
Yeah, I'll read out first team real quick. So All NBA first team was Steph, Luka, Giannis, Kawhi, Jokic.
Mm-hmm. I don't see nothing wrong.
follow this.
Second team, LeBron, Joel Embiid, Damian Lillard, Chris Paul, Julius Randle.
Okay, so
I
here's
hate
my
this.
problem with this.
I hate
Here's
this.
my problem with it.
Let me
Because,
read third team real quick to contextualize
oh, yeah, my
everything else.
fault.
Bradley Beal, Jimmy Butler, Paul George, Rudy Gobert, Kyrie Irving. What's
All
yours?
right. So let me say my problem with that second team. Well, one, the biggest problem is like how you have LeBron on there without Harden. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
He only played one more game than
Other-
Harden.
other than that, I think LeBron should be third team. Like if you're gonna keep the same same list, same players or whatever, like LeBron should be third team, PG should be second team. But that's just me.
My biggest complaint about this is one that Jimmy Butler is on here at all.
He deserves to be on there.
There's no James Harden, and there's no Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum arguably had a first team All NBA level season, and he's not even on. He didn't make a team at all.
All right, now see what I would have done is I would have put Jimmy at the guard and put Tatum instead of Beal. Also, LeBron should not have been there.
Hell no.
LeBron should not have been there on any of the teams. And if Beal should have made it, Westbrook should have made it instead because he averaged triple double and was way more impactful to that team.
Yeah, I think it too just off the fact that
And Jimmy Butler should be on that team. Don't say he shouldn't.
I'm just not.
Jimmy
a big
should be on
fan
that team.
Fuck no. Tatum had a better season than him.
Okay, what? So what? He had a better season than Beal.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he average?
I don't-
He was better all around and way better as a
All
defender.
Bradley Beal do is shoot the ball 25 times.
To me, there's just too many guys that aren't on here for me to justify Jimmy Butler being on here over him.
I just said Bradley Beal.
You think he's better? You think he had a better season than Bradley Beal?
I'm
Yes.
also as
Oh,
much
but
as
the
I like
thing is-
Chris Paul,
thing is-
I'm not a big fan of him being on second team.
Nah, I don't think so.
But I would have because
Oh
I
yeah,
think they
Chris
have
Paul.
because I think they have because it's Kyrie and Beal as the guards.
Oh yeah,
I
Chris
don't-
Paul getting up there saying.
Like
Y'all letting one
I think
series
the second team
brainwash you.
should be Harden, and it should be Tatum instead of LeBron on second team.
I agree with that. LeBron should not have been on the team at all.
And if James Harden's on an All NBA team, put LeBron on third team. There you go.
So you said Chris Paul should have been on third team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put him
I
on
would agree
third
with
team
that.
over Bradley Beal.
I would agree with that.
There you go.
Hey, hold on, I'm finna bullshit real quick though. I think
Okay.
average 27 and on 50%
See,
shooting, bro.
his
Hey,
mic
get
don't
me that
even
up.
win.
What the
His
fuck?
mic don't
Hey,
even
he
win.
said-
the
he said-
talk, man.
I'm a
His mic
bullshit.
said. His mic said,
Nope.
"Shut the hell
Hold
up."
on, hold on,
man.
hold on. No. Hold on. Did my mic cut out? Hold on,
Stop
did my mic
that.
cut out?
Yeah, I did. Go ahead, reset.
Yes,
Oh,
reset
fuck
again.
it. Stop
Anyways,
that.
hey, I think exactly we average 27 a game on 50% shooting. Get Chris Paul, sorry ass out. Man. Anyway,
All right, bro.
yeah, exactly better than he is, but
He's tweaking.
we
He's tweaking.
No way, you've been twerking for Chris Paul for so many months just to say that. That's
No, I
wild.
have
That's
Chris Paul.
That's
crazy.
wild.
I think Zach Green is better than he is. Hey, but I don't want to.
I might trying to shut you up.
Because that's my son right there. That's my son. You know what I'm saying?
He's leaving
Is
in
that
2
it, though?
years.
No, he's not. Shut
Yeah,
your-
let's-
look. Hey, hold on. I don't need any of that negative energy in my life. Stop with that. Stop.
You want
I
to
don't
win.
need that.
Chicago is not the place.
Now
He's
it's gonna be real funny when
Gone.
Kobe White dunk on that nigga LeBron. Anyways, get us out of here, bro. What's the next?
All
Is there
right.
anything-
Yeah, let's just go over the all defense teams real quick. First
Oh,
team
yeah.
was Drew Holiday, Ben Simmons, Draymond, Rudy Gobert, Giannis. I don't think there's any complaints
I
about
know,
that,
hey,
right?
hold on.
There.
No, we see one.
No. Let me stop trolling. Let me stop trolling. All right.
Second team was Bam, Jimmy, Kawhi, Embiid, and Matisse.
Okay, I have one problem with that before.
Kawhi is my only issue.
Nah. Hey,
I still think
that boy
Kawhi.
Mikal
Kawhi
Bridges. There is
deserves
no
to be
reason
on there.
Mikal Bridges is not on that. There's no. I don't know.
I would
what.
have picked if
Who-
anything,
wait,
I
who
would
was
have
my
picked
second team?
Mikal
Wait.
over. I would have picked Mikal over
Who's the second
Matisse, but the forwards that got the spots over him were Bam and Kawhi.
Okay, yeah,
Oh,
Kawhi.
and Jimmy. Oh no,
Hey, give
Jimmy's
me
a guard.
give me Mikal over Matisse. though.
Kawhi.
That's weird.
See, when Kawhi did
Yeah.
play
Okay.
defense, it was all NBA level. I just don't think he did it enough. From the games I watched, I didn't watch all the
Jimmy-
games.
No, it
So
was
I would say
Jimmy
Clay
is
Tuff has a
considered a
better
good
opinion on that,
forward
but from the games
on
I
the
watched, it
All-NBA
was
list.
the thing about Kawhi's defense this year was like he barely guarded like he will guard the best player sometimes. Like when we play when the Clippers play the Suns, like he guarded Devin Booker most of those series, and like Devin Booker did not shoot well at all. And like only when like he's guarding those top guys do you actually see him like engaged and like
because he does what most superstars do, which is coach.
exactly.
Which
right,
I don't really think guys who coach should be rewarded with something that's all effort based like defense.
Yeah.
that's true.
Was Marcus Smart on the team?
No, he was second. He was okay. So like in votes, it's Mikal Bridges, with 39 votes, and then Marcus Smart with 22 total votes.
Yeah.
Who was the guard that made it over Matisse?
Yeah, Matisse and Jimmy. Those were the two guards.
I'm fine with that. I think Marcus is. I think we all know how
Jimmy
good
coasted
he
that
is.
time too, like Kawhi.
I think
Drew
he tried a
Holiday
little bit
finally
harder
getting some
than-
recognition. I'm happy for that. As a member of the Drew Holiday fan club, I'm happy he's finally getting some
we're gonna talk about Drew
some
Holiday in a
accolades.
minute.
I hope he played good offensively today. He needs to do that. He needs to step his ass up.
We're gonna
We
see.
can-
We're gonna see, man.
Hey, while we're talking about defense, let's talk about the Jazz yesterday. Jaden, talk
Hey,
about
wait,
that.
hold on. Shout out to my nigga Patrick Williams. That's my twin making a rookie second team. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my nigga Pee Wee.
Congratulations.
Anyways,
Wait.
like what we said.
Can I start off the Clippers? Can I start
Go
off the
ahead,
Clippers? Because I feel like Jaden.
Go ahead.
I feel like Jaden gonna have a lot to say, so I'm gonna let him
Go ahead,
end it. But basically, last time we were here on this podcast, I remember the Clippers were down 0-2, and y'all, I feel like people were questioning Ty Lue a lot. I caught on here and I claimed Ty Lue was the best coach in the NBA. I think. I said a lot of bullshit last
That's still some
episode.
jackass stuff, by the way.
I said, what else I say? I said we just waiting for PG to be great. He became great. Like, I also said the Clippers gotta attack Rudy Gobert more because as much as he's the defensive player of the year, he not that crazy. And after that they went 4-0 in the series and I was watching the games and I was just like, this is the Clippers team I've been waiting for. Kawhi gets hurt. I saw him walking around the other day through social media. I don't know. He don't look that bad. So he might be back in like the end of like the conference finals. But other than that, I said I was telling y'all was making fun of me for twerking for Pat Bev minutes, but Pat Bev came out and he showed out.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. Yeah,
Did show up.
I'll give you that one.
He was balling.
He was hooping.
I said
that's still nasty work, by the way, to advocate for Pat Bev, even though
hey man.
That's still nasty.
Wait, I don't see what's nasty about it, bro. I don't y'all seen that strap. Yeah,
It's your uncle, bro. You can't. You can
I
first
swear
start
to God, I seen him at the barbershop.
propaganda, bro.
You will never get no
That
cut.
propaganda. That's your uncle. You come to the
You don't go to
cookhouse.
the damn barbershop. Why you lying on the podcast?
That's Uncle Pat. That's
You just
Uncle
be at the
Pat.
barbershop?
He just be sitting there. He be sitting around like an old head.
No
He
cut.
be
No
come
cut.
in with the CDs and shit.
I wouldn't lie on my uncle Pat Bev, bro. I
He
promise
trying to sell you bootleg movies.
The barber's like, hey, bro,
Hey,
you want a free cut, bro? You want a free cut? Nah, I don't need that. I don't need that cut. I'm good.
What else was I talking about on the last podcast? I said Ty Lue, he's a great adjuster. I said he's not stubborn. I think I said something like that. Like he wasn't stubborn, so I think he was gonna play. I said Terrence Mann was out of the rotation, but I knew he was gonna play Terrence Mann because he's not stubborn, man. And so Terrence Mann greatness. He dropped a 40 ball. He dunked on the DPOY multiple times. And I could say, man, I was there to witness it. That's all I gotta say.
Greatness.
Also, I was watching like that whole collapse of the Jazz, and I'm like, is Quinn Snyder gonna make any adjustments? And his adjustment was let's let somebody.
That dude's whacked out on coke half the game anyway, so he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Let me go about that little
Wait. I'm gonna let you talk in a little bit. So
go ahead, finish.
I was watching. I was like, man, is he gonna make any adjustments? And his adjustment was, let's let a team who collectively shot 45% from corner threes, who shot 45% from corner threes, get wide open corner threes the whole game, and let's just live with that. And so Terrence Mann, he's a 45% corner three shooter. And they let him attempt 9 uncontested corner threes in a closeout game, and they expected him to miss all of them.
It wasn't even
That man
They bet on him to just not be good, and he just made the shots.
Like that was the adjustment.
And then they put him on Pat Bev, and he did the same shit to them.
Exactly.
Like the Clippers' greatest strength is their corner threes. Like that's the shot they're going for. Every time PG drives to the lane and dishes, or every time Reggie Jackson or Kawhi drives to the lane and they dish, they're going for that corner three. That corner three is their staple of their offense.
Did they not lead the league in corner 3-point percentage this year?
They did. They were shooting something crazy earlier too. They were shooting above 50% at one point. And then Marcus Morris Sr., he shoots 54% from corner threes. So it doesn't make sense to me like why you would leave that shot open of all of them. Like, but they did.
Especially knowing how good of a playmaker Paul George is.
Paul George, I forgot to say this last podcast, but he took. I don't know if I said this, but when I said he was like a role player or whatever, he was playing like a role player. Where like he's their main point guard. He's their point guard now, and it's excellent watching him handle the ball and just handling pressure and all that, and just facilitating the whole offense. He's just doing a great job right now.
It was good to see him back on his stuff. Game 5 and 6.
Anyways, let me let Jaden.
He was getting them fades. Those were so nice.
The nightmares, mid pass, mid Paul George pass.
Before I even get into talking about the Jazz, hats off to Paul George. Best player on that team goes out, Kawhi. He steps it up, puts up 37 in that the game 5. Even though I think he was third in scoring in game 6, he was hitting the big shots that team needed to put him away. Good shit. Finally, I've been waiting for this version of Paul George. I think just about everybody that actually likes basketball has been waiting for him to do this. With that said,
P. Love you.
Playoff P has arrived. With that said, another one, Donovan Mitchell played his ass off for the second year in a row. Really, second, third year in a row. Big time playoff performer, and he did it all on one ankle. All he needed after Kawhi was out, all he needed was his team to step up and play good basketball. Couldn't do it. Just can't be asked to make shots when it matters, right? Also, the defense giving up in Game 6, Reggie Jackson had 22 points and 10 assists in the second half.
Wow.
He finished with 28 and 11 that game or something like that. No one's scared of Rudy Gobert. They went right at him. Yeah, Terrence Mann, who's a sophomore, right?
Yep.
He got his first start in game 2 of this series, I think. Or in one of these games, he got his first
The game
start.
Kawhi went down, right?
Game 5. Game 5.
My fault. And you had him going at him fearlessly. You had Reggie Jackson out there looking like prime Chris Paul. And that's another one. Reggie Jackson, I came on here last week and said I expected Reggie Jackson to cool off. He did in game 3, and then he picked it right back up for the rest of the series. He's going to get his money. But let's just move on to this Jazz team real quick. So game 6, Jordan Clarkson finished with 21, I think, and is on fire for the first. He was on fire for the first half, right?
Didn't all those points come in one
He
quarter?
scored all.
They all
came
in the second quarter. That nigga, because the thing that pisses me off about him is that he is a points per game merchant. You look at his box score and you're like, oh, well, he had a good game. No, the fuck he didn't. Because when the team needed him to start making shots in the fourth quarter, where was he?
Bro, game 5, it was crunch time. He airballed it, and then he got bodied the very next play on defense.
He tricked the league just like everybody else on his team. Joe Ingles, put him on a cannon pole, fling him back to Australia. He could fuck off.
Not my nigga Joe. Not my nigga Joe.
Hey, but Royce O'Neal, you gotta respect him. Royce O'Neal was like the only good role player.
No,
Royce
we
O'Neal
not
was
respect.
good. Royce O'Neal was good.
That man came out game 5 talking shit because Kawhi was down and he was getting hooped on the whole night. He was getting cooked by PG.
Hold on. Georges Niang, your only job is to play defense and shoot threes, and you can't do either. Fuck off. Who else? The only guys I want to see on this team next season are Royce, re-sign Conley and Donovan. I don't want to see Rudy Gobert fumble. I don't want to see Rudy Gobert try to go up to get a rebound and then lose and then get the ball poked out by a point guard again.
Bro, they brought in Georges Niang and he threw the ball away on back-to-back plays. That's got me weak.
Shit, bum ass nigga. And Mike Conley went out there, right? Played bad because he shouldn't have been playing at all, right? You can obviously tell, even just from him like shooting set shots, that he wasn't ready to play. And again, the one thing that our team needed, right? Because Bojan, shitty defender, right? And he had 8 points throughout the entire game. He hits 2 threes late in the game that don't mean anything anymore. And of course, our front office, right? We need depth at the wing position to guard wing defenders. And we draft a center after signing another center. And we could have had Desmond Bain, who was taken 4 picks after.
He might.
I don't want to see. Frankly, I really don't want to see any of these guys' faces anymore.
And the problem, this
Juwan
playoff,
Morgan too. He can get.
Rudy Gobert's gonna get played off every postseason now, as long as he's there, and that's gonna hurt.
And Rudy Gobert was afraid to attack closeouts in parts of this game. Joe Ingles gave up. I don't want to see these guys again. I really don't.
Oh.
I could say that's what I was saying the other day. It's like I have a lot of stuff to say about this team, but in favor of not getting this channel deleted, I will leave it at that.
I was watching those games, man. I was watching those games, and every time the Jazz made a big run, I was like, if the Clippers keep this close, this game is over for the Jazz.
Now, what championship contending team lets another team go on a 17-0 run without their best player?
Hey, man.
Wild.
Hey,
got a bunch of dunces on the court. And, of course, head coach, his eyes, if you've ever seen Quinn Snyder while he's coaching, his eyes look like they're being held open. He's sitting over there with his hands on his hips of his blazer and doesn't think to call a timeout or fucking change the scheme in any way possible.
Hold on.
Rudy Gobert hasn't improved as a player in 4 years.
Clippers going on a run. You know what he does? He takes out Donovan Mitchell.
Exactly.
Wild.
Yeah.
And to be completely honest with you, Donovan shouldn't have played Game 6 if this is how we were going to play. Like, if they were going to come out and play like dick like this, there's no point in playing him. There's no point in playing Mike Conley.
Cause no. The Jazz came out and they were hooping. It's just like
no. That's what I'm talking about.
Every time
it was good basketball until the second half. If that's what I'm saying, if they were even going to let some bullshit like this happen, don't play either of them. It's not worth the possible risk at all. Because if you wanted to go out there and play like a bunch of jackasses, I could have went out there and played 37 minutes. I could have grabbed me and Bot could have went out there and did the bullshit that they were doing. I could have went out there and missed open shots. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, bro. Cause I'm watching these games, man. I'm just like, I know the Jazz are gonna make a run at some point. They're gonna start hitting some bullshit. They're gonna hit deep, contested, pull up threes from Narnia. They're gonna hit all of those throughout the whole quarter, and then the rest of the game they're gonna be silent as hell. Cause didn't Bogdanovich have like in Game 5 he had 7 threes in the first quarter?
Oh yeah, in the first quarter he went.
I was like,
ice the rest of the game.
That man, he had like 30 in the first half, and then he ended the game with 32.
32.
Nah, I watched his box score. It said 7 for 8. Then at the end of the game, it said 8 for 21 or something.
He was 10 for 20. And it's like it's almost like if you ask these guys to be consistent for once, when your star player is playing, literally leaving everything out on the court, they would rather die than play good basketball. I don't get it. I don't get it. You get paid $20 million to play good. Not this. Not shoot 3 for 9 going into the fourth quarter or something like that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And I was watching everything about the
that nigga left.
This was such a winnable series and they just pissed it away. Blowing a 22-point lead without the best player.
Every third quarter of the game just took away.
Letting Reggie Jackson turn the clock back. I didn't even know we had that. I didn't really before the playoffs. I didn't even really know we had this shit in. He's about to get a big payday.
Yeah.
I don't think he's leaving.
Either way, he's gonna get paid. Probably about 10,
If they,
20
if they
minutes.
win the ring, there's no way he don't leave though. I want to talk about my. I want to talk
No,
my shit about
he's
Rudy
not
Gobert though.
leaving.
I want to talk my shit about Rudy Gobert. Whole
Talk about the
season,
get boy?
I swear to God, I've been saying Rudy Gobert was trash. And it's this same clip. I know y'all seen it because in the playoffs it went viral. Like a few years ago, where Steph Curry was banking that nigga's ass. Like I'm talking about, like he had dude in the blender, and I'm like, yo, like even if they play the Suns, right, and Chris Paul, or even if Chris Paul didn't play and they just had D Book, you put D Book in a pick and roll with Aiden and Rudy Gobert got to come up there. He's getting cooked, yo. And Paul George and them did a really good job. Like Tough said, like they corner shots. Like he was like just sitting in the paint, like looking at Terrence. Man, I'm like, yo, like what is he doing? Because he's so slow, where he feels like he can't get out to somebody who's like steps away from him and leaving
It's
him
not that
wide
he
open.
can't. It's not that he can't. He refused to close out.
You
Yeah,
can
that's
see
it.
it.
I
You can
seen
see
him
that
do it in
happen.
the regular season. I seen him
Yeah,
do it
he
before.
does
It's
it.
it
He did.
happened
Hell, he
where-
did it in game
yeah.
2. He did it in game
All
2 of the
season.
Oh,
season.
he did it in game 5, and then he got dunked on, and then he's like, "Yeah, this not
Yeah.
for me."
So there was
I
a
hope
play
he
where
fixes
it's
I
a
already
pass
said,
out
look.
to Pat Bev, and he hesitates to go up, even though Pat Bev's like 6 foot.
No, he
It'd be an
slapped the
easy
ball
block.
out of it. And then it was a Reggie Jackson when he comes down with the rebound. Reggie slaps the ball out of his hands. He just stands there like a jackass. Like
He
I
is
hope y'all
tall.
seen. I
paying you
want to talk
30,
about
$38 million.
Nick Batum got so many offensive rebound tips just off Rudy Gobert. Like he out rebounded them.
Yeah.
Like all their wings.
He cooked. He
Over
cooked in game 6.
after the game. Rudy Gobert after the game said, "The problem is if I don't come and help, we give up layups. The game plan for us was to let Terrence Mann shoot rather than let Reggie Jackson or PG get layups. Rudy Gobert on his defense. What the hell are you saying? What is he saying?
The problem
He just out there
with
talking.
that is no. I understand what he's saying. Like they don't want but like the problem with that is
Again, that's when your head coach comes in and says, okay, Terrence Mann has 25 points.
I'm saying that's
You
what I'm
have
saying.
to do
That's what I'm
something.
saying.
but like
Instead, he
the
just stands
problem
there
with
with his
that
hands on
was
his hips.
one, Royce O'Neal can't guard PG or Reggie Jackson, and then 2, Joe Ingles cannot guard Reggie Jackson or PG. So now, or Bogdanovich definitely can't guard those 2. And so now they're at the paint. But then the main problem is Rudy Gobert cannot stop them at the rim. Like this man was getting laid on. Like they were 12 for 15 on shots on Rudy Gobert.
Reggie Jackson was
Like
getting contact layups on him every time.
Exactly.
Like I
Like
said,
Reggie
once
Jackson
they
was
found out
going
that they're
through
not
him.
afraid of him, they went at him and they attacked him.
And that, like he said, he's talking
He
about
had
layups.
0 blocks.
Yeah.
He had
Back-to-back
zero
games.
PG was
blocks.
going to the rim and just getting fadeaways all day long. He was
Like the people that defend him say he had an impact. He always had an impact. That's why he got his awards. He had no impact whatsoever this whole series.
That's
That shit
them
was
KG
The
now,
entire series. He had
in
no
what
impact.
world is the defensive player of the year the weakest defender on the court? A defensive
I would see a
liability.
liability. Like this is
Yeah.
That shit is crazy.
And in here,
And
so we could go ahead and move off to the next thing if you guys are finished. I'll close it real quick. Look, the Olympics are coming up. When Rudy Gobert goes over to France to play for the Olympics team, leave him there.
deport him. Keep him over there.
Support Gobert. Send him back. Lock him up to
I
the
agree.
office tower and let people throw
They-
tomatoes at him.
They
or
got to
something.
burn all his official records
Much
over.
more
Here.
Bamba.
He cannot come back.
right quick
Outta
before
here,
we
bro.
move on, I do want to congratulate the Jazz on getting the first seed. Like I understand why they were the first seed now, because like if I would have came out in a game in the regular season and a team hit every damn shot, go up 15, 20 points, I'm not coming back from that shit. So it makes sense. It makes sense why they were really nice in the regular season. It makes sense. But congrats to
The
them.
Knicks couldn't beat the Clippers though. What do you? I want to do
Yeah.
a quick game 7, or not game 7. Conference finals prediction. What we think it Suns Clippers? How many games we saying? Just a
I
quick
got
prediction.
clips. I got clips.
I had Clippers.
Just got it.
I really can't
Clipper-
predict because like Kawhi and Chris Paul is like up in the air.
Yeah.
But
Just-
if,
Oh yeah,
if
Chris
I
Paul's
had
gonna
to,
be out. We don't know yet. Indefinite time.
I was gonna say if Chris
COVID
Paul
protocol.
Both
doesn't
teams
play
healthy,
however many games.
both teams
Great
healthy, I
game.
got the Clippers because of Kawhi and PG. But right now, I would say Suns in 6, probably.
I got Clips in 5. I just watched that last series and they're gonna probably trap DeAndre Ayton in the post and shit like that. He gonna have to make them pay. But I don't think DeAndre Ayton's at that point in his
Hey
career.
man,
where he can
DeAndre
make
Ayton was
them
just
pay.
feasting on Anthony Davis. So
No.
He was
when
He
he
was
gets
feasting
No, it
on
was. No, it
Drummond and
wasn't.
Davis.
Stop it. It was not
when
Davis. It was not Davis. Stop that.
when
30
he
to
gets
20.
when he gets double
was not
teamed
on
in the
Davis.
post every possession, he's gonna have
30
to
to
figure
20.
out how to pass out of that. And if he doesn't, then this
They're
series
gonna
is
look. They're
cooked.
gonna be looking around like crazy when he turned into Hakeem on them, man.
Hey man,
Watch.
he might. He gonna have to
Watch.
beat him though. He gonna have to
I'm
beat him
still.
because
I'm gonna
Paul
still
not
either
gonna
go
beat him.
Clippers in 6 or 7 though.
Yeah,
I
I
just
got
don't think they
Yeah,
have it.
I'm gonna say
with that. I'm
Suns
gonna
because
go.
I feel like Chris Paul could come before and really have a big impact. But that's it. If Kawhi comes
If
back,
the
then Clippers easily. I would say.
I will
if the
say though
Clips,
that I did say this a couple months ago. This is the matchup I wanted to see. So
yeah.
Suns Clippers.
If the
yes,
Clips still game 1 or 2, then this series is over in 5. But if they don't, it's going to 6 or 7.
I'm gonna go Clippers in 5. I don't know how. If after the way the Clippers just played, I don't think it's a team that's like, at least that's left on the West, or it's just one team left. What the fuck am I talking about? They're not fucking with the Clippers. I don't know what they're gonna do to
You
stop
saying the
them.
Clippers won
Especially
convincingly,
KD.
right?
Yeah.
The Suns just did that too, though. They just swept the team convincingly every game.
look at the difference
Yeah,
in
but
caliber of opponent though.
That's true.
I think the
Still,
Jazz
the way
is
they
better
did it
than
was
this one.
very, very convincingly. Like a very good team.
But I think if the Suns played them damn Jazz teams and the Jazz came out shooting the way they were against the Clippers, I don't know if the Suns in the conference finals right now. I don't know. Cause
Yeah, the
I don't
Suns didn't
know if
almost
the
pull like a
Suns
25-point lead to the Lakers. That's true.
I don't know if the Suns coming back down 25 or any type of comeback.
I just hope Kawhi come back because then they got a chance against the Nets if they got some injury over there.
Yeah. Kawhi's probably gonna be
Well, I
back
mean,
around
the
game
Nets are
4
hurt
or
though.
5.
The Nets only have KD.
But like by the time the final comes,
Injured, that's true.
Kawhi
Is
will
he out
probably
for
be
the whole
back. Kyrie will
playoffs?
probably be back.
Kyrie out for the whole
Huh?
playoffs? Is Kyrie
He's
out
a-
for
I
the
think
whole
he
playoffs?
is.
I don't know if he's out for the
Nah,
playoffs.
they're
but I know
saving him
he's
for the
hurt.
finals. They're saving it. They're gonna
Hey,
try to see if
tonight
they
we're gonna
can make
find
it
out
to
if
the
he
finals.
can even make it that far.
Exactly.
Yeah. They're gonna
We can
try
go
to
ahead
see
to
if they can save him.
They on Legacy Watch tonight.
let's
You want
go
to talk
Both
about that
teams are.
series?
Both
Yeah,
teams
yeah.
are on
No,
Legacy Watch.
Legacy
no,
game.
I'm gonna get
It's a
I'm gonna get
legacy
to it right
game,
now. I'm
bro.
gonna come in here and talk my shit just like I did last episode. I promise you. I'm
AD,
gonna slide on
preach, brother.
FanDuel
Preach.
again. And by the next episode, I swear to God, I'm
God,
gonna be
didn't you
$500
lose
richer.
your house,
No,
man?
yes, I
You
You
know.
made
did.
Look,
KD
shut
score
up.
49.
I did. No, I did though. Because look, but now I'm gonna slide back on there, and I promise you, I'm gonna be at least $500 richer, and I'm gonna come on here next week, and I'm gonna talk crazy because KD will have whatever point game, and he gonna go crazy, and then they gonna be in the conference finals and go to the finals. Whoever the fuck wins, they're not beating the fucking Nets.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
All right.
KD, I think Harden gonna have a good game too. I think Harden is gonna have, or not.
Depends
I
if
don't
he
know
could run.
about
If he
good,
can
but
run, then
No,
he'll have a good game.
I was gonna say I think it's do or die for James Harden, and I mean that in almost literal sense. I think either he's gonna have a great game or he's gonna tear his hamstring.
Damn.
Obviously, I hope it's
I
a
don't
great
think
game part, but I really am concerned that he's just gonna get hurt.
Yeah,
I
he
don't think
can't run
Harden's
like
gonna do
he's.
anything out of character. I think all he got in him is the step back. Like the problem is I need the goddamn the Bucks to actually go in hard in this game. Because they've been letting him survive playing 40 minutes.
And not take
But
post fades. Like,
That is
like
crazy.
that man,
He's averaging 43 minutes, and they haven't done anything to kind of take advantage of the fact that
they
he's a
gotta
good post defender, but not very much else.
they gotta go at him like the Clippers when they go big. Like he is the liability on this goddamn court because he can't move side to side. He can't
Yeah.
move in general. Like
yeah, he can't.
like
I
just
cannot
go
move
at
right
him. So I think if Drew, I got my money is on Drew Holiday. He's gonna show up today, and he's gonna show up big. He's gonna have close to 30. I don't know if he's gonna get 30, but he's gonna have close to 30, and
That's
it's
a
gonna
lot.
be big buckets. It's gonna
That
be
is a
big
lot.
buckets. I promise you, it's gonna be big buckets.
That's a lot for a guy that hasn't
And,
showed up yet. But I could see
You
it.
think
and the Bucks,
you think he's
and
really
the
gonna make it
Bucks are
happen down
gonna
the
win.
stretch? All right, so
I'll bet my
can we get our
life on it.
prediction for Game 7 for later on today?
I got Nets.
Got Nets.
I got a Harden and KD masterclass.
Not a Harden
Bucks.
masterclass, but I got a KD masterclass.
I got
I'm
Bucks.
going Bucks.
y'all know
Drew
who I got.
Holiday. Giannis gonna have his normal game, but Drew Holiday is gonna be the reason. Hopefully, Chris Middleton hit some
Don't let
shots.
Giannis get the ball at the end of the
We
game. now.
cannot if we really think that they're
Giannis
gonna
ain't
win
got
this,
no
Drew
bag.
Holiday cannot shoot 10% from three.
Nah, he's still
Did he
gonna shoot
actually
10%,
shoot 10%?
but he gonna
No,
be
1%.
aggressive. Yeah, damn. He got to shoot at least 30.
He's been shooting them out the game this series.
He got to be at least like 3 for 7 or some shit. Like
Most efficient 3-point shooting game he's had in this series was 3 for 7, and that was in game 5.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe Harris got to turn up. Joe Harris got to play good.
That man out there, he done earned himself a trick the league starting 5 spot.
That trick the league line grows, man.
And that's funny. Him being ass is funny because me and Jaden were talking before this series started. I think we were on here too, but we were saying like if they play the Bucks like and they double team and they double team KD
yeah, Joe Harris running around, right?
And we were saying well they could kick that whole out to one of the best. That nigga's ass. Like,
and it looked like it for game 1 and 2 because he shot 5 for 9 in game 1 and 3 for 7 in game 2, and then after that he just fell off a cliff.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't think
7,
there's a way. I don't think there's a way he plays bad 7 games in a row.
The game's in Brooklyn, right?
I mean, it's only 4.
Is the game in Brooklyn?
No, it's in
Yeah.
Who's the highest?
Yeah,
seed?
it's in Brooklyn. It's in Brooklyn.
It's in Brooklyn. Okay.
Yeah, I got Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's no way
crazy
he
that
plays bad 7 games straight.
The 2 top 3-point shooters shooting like frauds. It's crazy, but
crazy. The lights get on you start cracking.
Turn those lights
Speaking
off.
of lights, that nigga Trae Young. Hey, did y'all see what Trae Young cut lights out, bro?
It was that man Adam Silver.
I thought they had it. I thought they had it when that shit happened. I thought they had it. I was like, Doc about to forward again. But
I wish. Game 7. That's gonna be a big time game 7.
Yes. Seth Curry has been on fire, bro.
I really did not expect a Lou Williams, Seth Curry, Dawkins duel to end out that game.
Dawkins duel.
They was out there going back and forth.
Series is like he's been what, like the second or third best player on that team?
Hell, he's the second best player on that team.
Like I was gonna give it to him.
Ben Simmons doesn't have the goods.
I wasn't bringing up Ben Simmons.
Tobias Harris isn't good. I've been saying this shit since they traded for Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris is not it. Get him off their team. He's limiting their damn offense because he takes the ball out of the hands of, like, he's the reason that Ben Simmons comes up the court. He does a dribble handoff with Seth Curry or Tobias Harris, and then goes straight to dunker spot and stands there for the whole 24.
Listen, man, listen. I like Ben Simmons, but it's time to stop giving him excuses. It's time to stop giving him excuses. At a certain point, you have to improve as a basketball player.
and then Doc Rivers.
I do not want to hear any more excuses for Ben Simmons. At a certain point, you just have to get better at basketball, and it's like he just refuses to do so.
Man, I seen summer league highlights of like his first
year.
He was doing dribble pull-ups. I was like, bro, what is going on? What is this?
That's what I'm saying. He there's no way that as an NBA player you are afraid to take shots.
Like, is this a fake video?
You can't do that, especially because
I'm gonna blame his high school
the
coach.
whole reason they're not trading for Harden is that they had a big time star duo and Tobias Harris and the rest of the dudes on the bench. But now that we got to the playoffs, they have one star, really high star player in Embiid, and then they got Ben Simmons.
They were willing to give Simmons though.
Yeah, and he just don't have the goods.
Don't got it, but he's not that
I don't know.
I blame his coach. I blame his high school coach.
Wrong
hand.
I blame his dad.
Yeah, I blame
his dad. He wrote
Wrong
this down
hand.
on a piece of paper.
Wrong shooting
Ben
hand.
Simmons' dad does not love him. He wants him to fail.
Exactly.
There's no way you tell your son who's right-handed to shoot left.
To shoot with his left hand.
Exactly. See, Jay gets it.
Wait, is he actually
Jay
right?
gets it.
Yes, he does everything.
He does everything.
I think
He's the opposite of LeBron. He's the opposite of LeBron.
It was a video, and it's like it shows him going for layups, and he forces it with his right
And he
hand.
really bizarre over LeBron.
Ain't Kobe telling him to switch with his right hand?
Yes, everyone told him to do that.
Watch him do that shit next season and come out 50, 40, 90.
That's what he's gonna do.
That's what I said. Like, at the end of the day, Ben Simmons is a grown ass man. He knows what he needs to do.
Yeah. I think he needs a change of scenery, but I could be wrong. You never know.
I like him in a better spot, and I think that Joel Embiid would benefit from having not Ben Simmons as his point guard. And I think Ben Simmons would benefit from not being in Philly anymore.
Ben Simmons literally cooked when Joel Embiid was out and he just had shooters.
I'm one of the few people who believe that Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid can work. I believe that too.
He can shoot if he can.
It just requires Ben Simmons to take the shit seriously, and he obviously doesn't. That man don't
That was
take
good
shit
enough.
personal. Unless it's about his defense, he don't take shit personal. And
Or
even
Jared
with defense,
Dudley. Or Jared
he
Dudley.
don't really care.
Or Carl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, one of those
And
three. It's got to be one of those.
And none of them are in the playoffs anymore. Cat missed the playoffs entirely, and Jared Dudley.
The Nets got to
right
resign Jared Dudley just for that.
But I think in that game 7, I got Simmons turning up. He gonna turn it up on y'all.
I don't know. I think before this series had started, I predicted. I think it was Philly in 6, and the Hawks have proved me wrong. Showed up.
Yeah.
the Hawks have
I'm
proved
actually
showed
everyone
up.
about
wrong.
them.
I will give them
Oh, the
that.
series is
They've
over after the
proven
blowouts.
everyone wrong.
But
Yeah,
I
Trae
think
Young
that
out
shit
there
gonna run out at some point.
balling
I
out.
think that shit gonna run out.
Yeah, you know when it's gonna run out in the conference finals after they win Game 7.
Man,
You
I think
predicting
it's
a
gonna
Hawks
run
win?
out.
Yeah, I may as well go all the way
Ooh.
in. May as
Okay, I
well
got
go.
It is
Sixers.
running out tomorrow. Them Hawks.
And the
All right, so
Magendas.
what's
I'm
so
telling
what's
you.
the,
I'm
so what's
telling
the
you.
bets on
I'm
this?
telling you. I know I'm gonna get slandered if this pod ever comes out, but I got the goddamn Sixers win and Ben Simmons shows out.
Hey, I'm with you.
I
I'm
got
with you
that.
on that. There's two of us on that.
Okay.
Bob,
You get slandered
You
too.
got-
It's both of us. I got you.
Facts.
who you got in
I
this
got,
series?
I got the Hawks for one reason though. Look, now they gonna be in what? They gonna be in Philadelphia, right, for this game?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, now look, this is my theory. Keep my theory. Taylor Rooks is gonna fly out to the game. And
All right, bro.
Now
All right.
look.
All right, end
All
this.
right.
End it
Hold
up.
on.
End it right now. End it.
All
End it.
right.
End
There
it.
you go.
Let me finish, y'all. I'm telling you, my theory is really good.
Producers, turn the mic off, bro.
Taylor
Turn
Rooks
his
is gonna
mic
fly
off.
out to Philly, like for house bread
Your
to
mic
win.
cutting out
And
too.
Trey Young,
Yeah,
Yeah,
his
right
mic don't
right
even
on
want
cue.
to say
It's
Right on
right
cue.
on time.
am I still got out?
You good, bro?
Whatever, bro. Trey Young is gonna see her on the sideline, and his brain is like he's gonna
Hey,
refunction,
bro.
and he gonna get 50 because he's gonna see Taylor Rooks on the sideline. That's what I would do. So I got.
What's really gonna happen? What's really gonna
Right now.
happen is the Hawks gonna wear them MLK jerseys again. Jamel Hill gonna tweet
Some
on
cool.
the day after Juneteenth. The Hawks are are wearing MLK jerseys. The ancestors are with them, and the ancestors just gonna leave them. And
Nah, I'm
This is
telling
my
you, bro,
prediction. This is
that
my
boy
prediction.
gonna
Those
get
guys about to ball out in MLK jerseys, bro.
This is my prediction right here. All right, this is gonna the Phillies gonna come. Ben Simmons is gonna have a decent game, not a great game, but a decent game. Trey Young's gonna play lights out. They're gonna lose by like 5. Hawks are gonna lose by 5, and then I can push the agenda that Trey Young is better than Luka.
That's
Yeah.
very
Young is
shameless.
better
What
than
the
That is
fuck?
very
Nah,
shameless.
he is.
Trey Young is
I agree
better
with
than Luka.
He's a better leader.
I think it's time to
Better
end the
leader.
show. I think it's time to end the show.
No, let's not
Trey
end the
Young
show.
is a
Let's
better
talk about it.
facilitator, playmaker,
Facilitator and leader.
and
Let's talk about it.
I don't know about a
Trey
scorer, but he's a better
Uh-uh.
facilitator and playmaker than
We're
Young
not
a
doing
superstar
this.
too. He averaging
He's
We're
a
30
not
black
games.
doing
brethren.
this.
I will always
Y'all
support a
trolling.
black brethren over a white
In
man.
the arm.
You're
I
not
don't see
doing
Luka in the playoffs right now. That boy better.
Exactly where he
Bruh.
at. In
Bruh.
Y'all niggas are
Cancun.
trolling.
Luka
He's
just a
trolling.
big Trey. Luka just a big Trey. That's it.
He can't even shoot
He
like
a
Trey.
bigger,
Got
where's
like that.
Trey Young? And he's now in Serbia with Nikola Jokic riding horses. Where's Trey Young? About to go
Luka
to
don't got the
From
ice, bro.
Serbia.
Luka not icy
No.
like Trey, bro. Come on,
He's
man.
from Serbia because I forgot where he's from. He over there with Nikola Jokic riding horses.
from
Where Trey Young
Slovenia.
in the conference finals. Let's do it. Book me.
Y'all
And the
trolling.
Magendas.
Y'all
I'm
trolling.
not
There's
trolling.
no way.
I'm dead serious.
But yeah,
You're
Trey Young is
stupid.
definitely better than Luka.
You're stupid
Definitely.
Seen
too.
it with my
Right
eyes.
at this
let's
moment,
move
right
on.
now, he is better.
No, he's
No.
not.
I
No, he's
seen it
not.
with my eyes, man.
No, he's
I
not.
seen
You
it
don't
with my
know
eyes.
ball.
They both
Luis, you don't know
take the
ball.
same dumb
You
ass
don't know
shots.
ball.
They both make them, but Trey Young just a better facilitator.
All
That's
right,
No.
let's stop
Exactly.
trolling.
I
Let's
agree.
stop
No.
trolling.
Not true. This is
No.
Juneteenth. We are serious. We are
Trey
serious.
Young is a
No.
better
On
facilitator.
Juneteenth, you're willing to go for a white man.
Y'all are
Oh
lying on
my
your. You guys are
goodness.
lying on your day. That's wild.
Nah, I'm
That's so
not.
crazy.
I'm not.
I would never lie on the black holiday. I would represent my ancestors with this.
Exactly.
I am representing the black brothers and sisters. Trey Young is better than that
Facts.
white. Never, I'm gonna stop, bro. I was gonna say so stupid.
Cracker. Did not
Yes,
cracker.
please stop.
Is that all the series, bro?
Yeah, Suns swept
Yeah.
Jazz in 6. Jazz lost in 6. We just got in these 2 East series. Yeah,
Those last 2 minutes are fucking disgusting. There's no way.
that's
It's the
nasty
truth.
work.
It's the truth.
There's no way they're for real.
All right,
I've
close
pushed
this
this
out.
agenda since
Wait,
yesterday.
wait. Can we talk about how the NBA got the Clippers playing a goddamn game 1 of the conference finals a day, basically a day after closing out a series. Like you couldn't give them like another day or some shit.
Adam Silver,
they trying to get their meat fall off the bone.
Exactly, about to look like that
man,
fire pool pork.
Exactly. Bro, I'm surprised PG shoulders ain't just, you know what I'm saying?
Enjoy's gonna fall off with that one chicken video, bro. With like the chicken
exactly.
If it don't fall out the bone, if it don't fall out the bone, you could get it for free.
Exactly.
Oh my god, bro! He said
all them calves. Falling off.
Yeah, but yeah, you can close it out, but I don't got nothing else to say.
Oh
yeah. PG. Wait. Never mind. So you know how people. Terrence Mann, the best player in the world.
Oh fuck! All
right.
Most recent 40 ball get the best player. You know what they say? Whoever has the most recent 40 balls, the best player in the world. Terrence Mann he the best player in the world.
Where is it? All right.
Also, by the way, if the Suns if the Clippers make it to the finals, and Kawhi doesn't play a game in this series, Paul George is the greatest Clipper of all time.
Facts.
He already is the greatest Clipper.
He's in the
top 4. He's in the top 4 already.
It's him, Bob McAdoo, and
All right,
he
let's
said
not
Bob McAdoo.
Come on now.
Before close out, Bob McAdoo had a cold My Team card in 2K17, bro. Tough, I agree with you. He top 2.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying.
The amateur 91 Bob McAdoo was different.
The DMV merchant.
Yeah, anyways, I'm close out. If you enjoyed this episode of the Hamptons 5 podcast, man, hit that sub button, hit that like button. Y'all already know what it is, man. Hamptons 5, we out.
Turn on the notifications, man.